All right, here is my new Sondors MXS. Uh, it is a battery-powered bicycle, battery assist. Some of the things I like about it. First, I'm going to tell you that this is completely unsponsored. I paid for this myself, bought it. It got shipped here. Took me about maybe 20 minutes to put it back together. That's kind of a testament to how well all the parts fit. All I really had to do was add the front wheel, and one of the nice things about this front wheel, it has a real axle, real disc brakes, just like a motorcycle. Has shocks. Shocks are adjustable. I did have to put the handlebars on, and basically that just means putting these 4 screws in and grabbing the handlebars. Of course, you have to be careful. You want them centered and everything. I did drop the seat in, but the seat literally just drops in, clamps with this. There are a lot of nice features I like on this. One of the things I saw immediately on this bike that I liked is a real side stand. It's not some kickstand for a regular cruiser bicycle that really isn't strong enough to hold something like this. This bike weighs 65 pounds, and actually lately I've been just riding it without any battery assist, just to make sure that if I do ride it somewhere and I run out of battery, that I'll be able to ride it back. In the back, it's got a 750 watt motor. I'm not sure who makes it. Of course, it has disc brakes front and back, which is very nice for a bike this heavy. The other thing I like about this, it is not a modified cruiser. I know a lot of people buy inexpensive bikes and they're just cruiser bicycles with an electric motor on them, usually with a battery pack and a canvas bag hanging off of it. This is square aluminum tube for the frame, built specifically for this bike. It's very sturdy. Underneath here, this button is the on-off switch. Again, forks. One of the things that I really like about this bike is, although you can charge it with the battery right on the bike, you can loosen this and with a key that is shipped with the bike, you can unlock this whole battery pack, which weighs about 10 pounds, and then you can take this into the house with you to charge it if you want. This is going to be very handy for people who live in an apartment complex or whatever, and they really don't have any AC outlets near where they park their bike. They could just pull that battery pack out, take it with them to their apartment, and charge it there. And of course, it makes it real easy if you want to, although I haven't even thought about that yet, getting a second battery to have in there. This is a 7-speed derailleur, single speed in the front. I have friends who have bought bikes like this with the internal geared hub, with a hub that has all 7 speeds or sometimes 3 speeds inside the rear hub as opposed to a derailleur. And frankly, those things work fine initially, but I know people with those and they fail quite easily. And then even when you take them to the place where you bought the bicycle, they have a heck of a time adjusting those things so that they shift properly. So I will hook this up, this camera up on the handlebar, and go for a ride on my next video. I'll just give you a quick look at the dashboard here. You hold down the I button. I don't know if it's going to be visible since it's LCD. Sometimes it doesn't show up on the camera, but you press the plus button here to change your assist. You can go all the way to 0, which is no assist, obviously. The bike also has an actual thumb throttle, which you can use even without pedaling. That's one of the nice things about a rear hub drive versus a center drive, at least in my opinion, that if you had to, you can actually operate the thing while you're coasting. One other nice feature that this has, and I don't know if you can see it here, there's a little button right here that says walk, and if you're in deep sand or you're in a spot where you get stuck and you've got to kind of walk next to the bike to get it out of wherever you are, you can hold this button and it actually sends just a little bit of power to the rear wheel, just enough to offset the weight of the bike while you're trying to handle it manually. Also, I'm very surprised the seat is actually good quality. One thing I have to say about Sondors in general, everything on this bike is excellent quality. And again, this bike, I think it was just under $1,800, and I've got friends that have spent $1,000 on a bike, which is just a modified beach cruiser with a motor, and everything on it is just barely functional. I've spent hours helping them try to just get their disc brakes lined up with the calipers because they're rubbing, which doesn't matter so much when you're riding with electric power, but when you are pedaling without electric power, having that disc brake rubbing is quite disappointing. Okay, that's it.